Okay.
Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
3 years ago, if you had told me we would be standing here doing a 3-year, 3,000-mile review of our RAD mini step-through bikes, I would have thought you were crazy.
Seriously doubted you.
We got them just prior to COVID, and they were our saving grace then, getting us out and learning the town.
Learning the town, that's important. And we love riding in our town.
We do. That's what we're getting ready to do now. You may have noticed we're Twinkies today. We're wearing Trek San Angelo t-shirts, and that's because at least once a year, 1,000 every 1,000 miles or so, we take our bikes in and have them serviced. And we just did that, and the bike company in San Angelo, which is Central Texas, had just changed hands, but they do still service electric bikes. And so the guy gave us a couple of t-shirts. Trek has obviously taken over the store, but they do an awesome job. They do a complete inspection.
Their prices are good.
And we did go on and have the chains replaced just because they were reaching a point where he said we might start to have some issues. Well, we didn't want to be...
We don't want to have issues. We don't want to be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 miles from home and find out we need to have our bikes worked on.
And so we went on and got that done. The real reason that had forced us to go was because right here at between, 2,900 miles, she hadn't quite hit 3,000, the back tire on my Lena's started showing wear. And I had assumed it would just get kind of bald or whatever, but it actually has like a wear line where you can see it changes, it's green.
Yeah.
And
I just thought I'd never noticed a pretty green on there before. And Sharon said, no, that's a sign you need a tire.
But we ordered the tire. I planned to put it on, and there was a little...
We decided to spare you from the emergency siren.
The first of the month siren testing. And so we decided to go on and get started on our rides. The only, like we said, we'll start this. We've had a couple of repairs while we had the bikes in the shop. The first was the rear tire, Lena's rear tire, started having a green line around each side and realized that was a wear bar.
Not pretty.
Kind of a thing.
I thought it was decoration.
It was very pretty.
Very pretty.
But I started to take that off and replace it, and there was a little piece that had gotten wedged a little bit, and so...
And I have been real upfront with you about telling you I've fallen numerous times. I think probably one time when I fell, it wedged it up there.
But she hasn't fallen in a really long time. But... the point being, I could not get that loose, so we decided, okay, it's time to have the 3,000-mile tune-up anyway. Let's just get them to put the new tire on. The new tire is a knobby tire. RAD does not carry the same tires that are on here, the Kendra.
They say it's out of stock, but I think it may have been out of stock for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like permanently out of stock. So anyway, we just went on Amazon, found a 20x4 knobby tire. And it's great.
Yes. It doesn't have the reflector around the outside, which is fine. I'm not riding at night.
But anyway, we went on and ordered another just because if you don't know this, back tires on any kind of a two-wheeled vehicle are going to wear faster. Because if there's a motor, which there is on these, that's in the back tire usually. And then the rider's weight is on the back tire. And so they just wear out a little bit faster. When we were in, I went on and had them rotate my tires to put the more worn tire in front. And then the other thing was, he said we had like a 50% wear on the chains. We didn't want to risk having a chain problem when we're thousands of miles from home. And so we went on and got that done. But for 3,000 miles, we put slime in the inner tubes, and that's been basically it.
Yeah.
The bikes are doing great.
Yes.
And we still
We would
love
buy them again.
Oh yeah, we would. And the other thing about the foldable bikes, we know RAD no longer makes this specific, but it's the foldable bike, and we are each 5'5", and so having that shorter wheelbase means they take up less space.
Yes.
And when you're traveling with them, you know, if you're used to dealing with small spaces, you know every few inches matters.
Yes.
And so we have loved them. Like we said in the last review, if we're going out looking for dispersed camping, we have them loaded so that we can take them out on the side door on the van, go ride a mile or so up that National Forest Service road,
Yes.
see if it looks like it's somewhere we can turn around. And we have used them that way, and it's been wonderful. We've used them on, I mean, it just blows my mind the places we've gotten to go on these bikes that we
And
could not
yes.
have if we didn't have them.
Yes.
And so, you know, if you're not sure, we're not young, we're retired, and these bikes are awesome, and they are wonderful, and they have truly allowed us to get out and go and see and do things that we could not have without them.
That's true.
So, and we'll go on and say, if any of our videos about our, we do have a playlist, if any of our videos about our RADs have encouraged you to purchase, if you will let them know that twottiredteachers@yahoo.com referred you, we would
Yes.
appreciate that. We get a $50 in-store credit.
Right.
That's why we really wanted to order those tires from them. But we appreciate your watching, and if you have any questions, leave us a comment.
Yeah. The worst that will happen is we'll say, we don't know.
Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.